All right, Sergio, JoJo Diaz, William Zepeda in a rock'em sock'em type of matchup at 135 pounds. Let's talk about it with Pick'em, presented by BetMGM. This is a true crossroads fight where the winner should get a world title opportunity. The loser will take a big step back. The odds are razor thin. It is a coin flip type of fight. Sergio, who you got?
This is a beautiful fight. I mean, lots of credit to the matchmaker here because this is a beautiful fight. And like I said, another 50-50 fight between two southpaws with different styles. El Camarón, Zepeda, big power puncher, slugger, likes to get in forward, flat-footed. JoJo Diaz has that Olympic pedigree. He's a boxer puncher, not much power though, but he likes to mix it up, Mannix. So it's gonna come down who takes a bigger shot. And I think both of them have granite chins and they're both proven. Both of them have been in there with big punchers. But I'm gonna have to go with the youth and the power and the aggression of Camarón Zepeda in this fight. I love JoJo Diaz, but whenever you're in so many wars and get cut so many times, you know, all that wear and tear catches up to you. I don't think he gets knocked out, but I think he gets stopped on cuts or some injury. That's the way it is with the fighter in so many wars. So I like Zepeda in this fight.
Yeah, the CompuBox guys are going to be very busy because there are going to be a lot of punches thrown in this matchup. I think the challenge for JoJo Diaz is going to be keeping up with the pace of Zepeda for the duration of the fight. Zepeda is the younger fighter. And while he has shown some vulnerabilities in his last couple of fights, he hasn't kind of the shine that was on him after the win over Hector Tanajara has kind of come off a little bit in the last couple of fights. He went the distance with Rene Alvarado, which is, you know, no disgrace, but I thought he'd perform a little bit better in that fight. I think Zepeda is going to be throwing close to the same amount of punches in the first round as he does in the last round. And JoJo Diaz, at this age, may slow down a bit as we get into those later rounds. And Diaz, even though he performed respectably against Devin Haney, I've always felt he's more of a 130-pounder than a 135-pounder. So what I'm curious about is, can JoJo keep up with the pace of William Zepeda? I don't think he's going to do it. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think both these guys have great chins. I think neither one of them really has blunting power. I think it goes the distance, and I think the activity of William Zepeda is enough for him to get the win.
Zepeda has blunting power, but he's not going to land it much on JoJo Diaz, who has a great upper body movement. Both of them are southpaws, so southpaws don't like fighting other left-handers. There's going to be some trickiness there, but I think Zepeda's power will come into play later in the fight. But JoJo has way too much experience. He will get to the finish line if the cuts and the scar damage hold up. It's going to be a close fight to the end.
JoJo can take a punch, though. I'm not too worried about Zepeda hitting him with something that might stop him. I just wonder if JoJo at this stage of his career can just keep throwing all those punches. The first 5 rounds are going to be wild. I'm looking forward to watching this fight, scoring this fight, trying to make sense of this fight, but I'm most curious about those championship rounds. What happens then? Who separates themselves? I think William Zepeda's youth is going to give him a slight edge.